Hey everybody, it's the week of April 23rd through the 27th, 28th, something around there. Spring finally came here in the Sioux Falls area. It's nice enough out where I'm gonna get some trees planted today for myself, because it's what I do. I'm gonna run out of space eventually, but that's okay. So here we got a bur oak, and wanted to touch on this quick because, you know, I've always talked about and really professed in trees that we don't want to plant our trees too deep. We want to make sure that here at the base that we have that root flare, or where those first major roots start to go out, aren't too deep under the soil. And on this tree, they're right there where my middle finger is, which where I've got the soil level is maybe about an inch underneath the soil level there. But on this tree, this is a bur oak. This is what's interesting, because if once I got the soil in the ground, or the soil level and everything set there, you'll notice that it still looks like a telephone pole going in the ground. There isn't much of a flare there. Well, that's because on bur oaks, they're native to the Great Plains, to the prairie here, where fires were a lot more common than in other forest ecosystems. So it's natural for them to not really have much of a flare on the lower part of their tree, is where they'll naturally, if you go look at bur oaks out in nature, they just go straight in the ground, and that is a natural, almost a natural defense mechanism for the tree. So even though I tell you, when you want to plant your trees, you want to have that flare there, you still, sometimes exceptions to the rule, just like most things. So, oh, phone's ringing, gotta go. So why is it so important to make sure we're planting at the proper depth? This is why. So here we've got a Norway maple that is showing some signs of stress and decline, and after the use of the air compressor and the air spade, we come in and look, and we've got roots pressing up against the trunk there, and gonna be here, and a bunch of roots, and of course the lighting's crappy, but if we get in there and look, there's a bunch of roots not going out away from the tree, but going in circles. And even like this down in here will eventually start being a problem. And if I step back a little bit, get the light right, you'll see the tree looks like a telephone pole going in the ground. Now again, if this was a bur oak, it'd be a different story. It would be kind of normal if we were looking at it with all the grass and everything, and soil level normal, had not blown away. But for maple trees, especially Norway maples and ash and elm and a bunch of other type of stuff, it should have a flare going out right at the top of the soil level as it's mature. So if your tree's not doing that, it's possible you've got stem girdling roots or some other issues, and you should have it checked out. There's a lot of little things that I would look for to indicate whether a service like this is necessary or not. So Happy Arbor Day, everybody. It's Friday, April 27th. I really should look at the date before I start these videos, but I always forget. Anyway, it's Arbor Day. So get out and plant some trees. It's perfect. Last year at this time, man, I think we were well past that bare root planting date, or when it was actually starting to get warm. Just saw some maple trees open up flowers today, and some other things starting to push. Perfect time. Go to the store, get yourself a really good high quality tree, stick it in the ground. Somebody else long ways down the road is going to thank you for it. Don't forget, please subscribe to these videos, somewhere right around in here, I'm guessing, if I do it right. And keep following along for this series of videos as we go through the year. Going to be putting out stuff that I come across, find interesting, and keep up to date with what I'm doing to keep your trees happy. Have a good weekend.